If you ever find yourself laying in an emergency room hospital bed because of some horrific accident that's happened to you on your bike, try not to think about the fact that you've willfully elected to participate in this amateur sport, because I guarantee it will send you into a deep existential tailspin.
So I hate doing posts like these, but I'm sitting in the ER right now. I just got hit by a car descending Guadalupe. I was in the bike lane. It was a gray Prius. He swerved over, he or she, I don't know, and just tagged me, like bumped into me twice and then kept going. I lost control, went down on my left side and skid for about 200 yards. It's going like 40 miles an hour.
Out of the Peter Pumpkin head, he won't eat the Wonder Bread. He won't pledge allegiances. My saints is dead comedians trying to taste this credit is meaningless. That shit is warping my soul. Knee deep in the same dirt, only water divides us. Same places and different continents. In my head space is an island. I swim freely to my problem. Until the radio silence came to me while I was driving. Right then it was decided I ain't never been to this planet. Make eye contact and I'm smiling. Never been to this planet. Make eye contact.
So it's day 3, I think, post-accident. It's Thursday. I'm gonna try and head into the office today for no reason other than I think I need to be around people. I'm kind of going crazy at the house by myself.
It's like crack rock and I never seem to hit bottom. My representative smiling at you like what the fuck is a problem? Walk uncharted lands with no squad. Watch my ancestors pick cotton. They want me to carry their customs. When I know the truth is postmodern, I won't walk like an Egyptian. Don't talk like a big pimpin'. There's in groups and there's out groups, and I believe in making distinctions. I just smile and offer you greetings, hopefully with no pretense. My aim's to honor your physical and leave room for all of your secrets. We should all play a big Scrabble game and make every word a confession. ANXIOUS. Knee deep in the same dirt, only water.
So this is one of those moments where I'm super nervous, been feeling really good about the way things are going, but also totally freaked out. I'm about to head to the doctor right now to get a final assessment to see where I'm at, if I need surgery or if this is gonna recover naturally. Wish me luck.
Landed someplace I ain't never been. Yet again, space travel veteran. Never blend like to ask you to come around. Never ending initiation, most times never end. These old school let it in. Never been like to ask if you know the code. Guess again, it's a thing, barely control that they won't give like they gon' live forever. Politicians on straw man missions. Stumble into town looking all ambitious. It's the ballad of Peter Pumpkin.
That went about as well as it could have gone. Apparently, I just strained the tendons. Maybe a slight muscle tear on the inside of my left arm. And no surgery, no MRI. According to the doctor, we're in the clear. So, oh man, that's a huge relief.
Thank God they stopped it. Oh, thank God. Still out.
Can you even imagine?
So every town is like Gotham. I log into my Twitter page and start bending over like Gollum. This dumb credit's like crack rock and I never seem to hit bottom. My representative smiling at you like what the fuck is a problem? Walk uncharted lands with no squad. Watch my ancestors pick cotton. They want me to carry their customs. When I know the truth is postmodern, I won't walk like an Egyptian. Don't talk like a big pimpin'. There's in groups and there's out groups, and I believe in making distinctions. I just smile and offer you greetings, hopefully with no pretense. My aim's to honor your physical and leave room for all of your secrets. We should all play a big Scrabble game and make every word a confession. ANXIOUS. Knee deep in the same dirt, only water.
So this will probably be my least charming but most informative update. I got in a bike accident this week, as you know. I got hit by a car going about 40 miles an hour, went down super hard, and I just thought it would be a good opportunity to give cyclists out there or anyone out there some tips on what to do in this situation. One, first thing that you should do, if you get hit by a car, call the cops. I don't care what's going on. The cops are pros at this. Your sympathetic nervous system is freaking out. Your adrenaline's going crazy. You're not really prepared to deal with this situation. Cops are the shit at this stuff. So give them a call. They'll show up and they'll take care of all of your paperwork and make sure that you're okay. 2, to get to the hospital, I was in a pretty remote place. I had the option to either call an ambulance or get to the hospital by other means. I decided to take an Uber, which I actually recommend. It was pretty good. I feel bad for the Uber drivers, and I don't mean to pass that on to everybody, but it's something to think about. If you don't have any head injury, it literally cost me $8 instead of $800. So think about that. Okay, next, when you leave the doctor's office, they'll give you a bunch of paperwork, probably a bag full of like fun stuff like this that you have no idea what to do with. So I want to give you a few tips. This is hydrocodone or Norco. These are the white pills. This is, excuse me, an antibiotic. These are the red pills. Take as little of these as you can and take all of these. Do not stop taking these. Your body is super cut up, freaked out, your immune system is going crazy. You need this to make sure you don't get an infection, which is the scariest thing ever. These, you need about as few of these as you possibly can take. I've taken one half of one pill. This says take 2 pills every 4 hours. If you did that, you literally feel like Jimi Hendrix waking up. Like, it is intense. If you really need help sleeping, I recommend having a dose of this. This is bourbon, it's delicious, and it will help you sleep. So next, 3, caring for your wounds. First thing you need to do is wash them out with something like this. This is sodium chloride. It's painful, but not as bad as like pouring alcohol right onto your wound. It'll just feel kind of cold. After you do that, then take the Neosporin. Put a layer of Neosporin on there. For the first couple of days, you're gonna wanna get some of this. This is a gauze with petroleum in it, so it will keep your wound moist so that when you, sorry I used the word moist, so when you go to take the bandage off, because you should be changing your bandages once every 24 hours or once after every time you sweat, it will not rip everything off. When you're done with these guys, you can move on to a dry non-stick pad. So the dry non-stick pad is like a kind of a typical Band-Aid, except they just come in bigger pads. So those are kind of like your first and second layer of defense, the Neosporin and the pad. And then you wanna put on a thick layer of gauze. And this is just because your wound is going to ooze, which is really gross. You've heard the term weeping wounds before. It happens. It gets kind of gross and gooey and messy. And you want a bunch of gauze. Invest in a bunch of gauze so that it doesn't ooze out onto your sheets and your shirt and stuff like that. Once you've gotten over those, move on to a Duoderm or a Tegaderm. This stuff is awesome. It's like a second layer of skin. You can get it on Amazon. It's pretty cheap. And it literally like goes over, it creates like a nice layer, a membrane over your wound, and it really helps with the scarring. So then use, I had this paper tape that was terrible. It's actually the most painful thing that I've dealt with. So if you can, just like regular medical grade tape. They give you small ones because they're supposed to be single use to prevent bacteria, but if you keep this clean, you can reuse it, the same roll in your house a couple times. And then I've also been using this, which is awesome, not only because it's Prince Purple, but because it's a sort of like spongy, waterproof adhesive that like sticks to itself around your wound, which is awesome. So I say all of this with the caveat that you should just buy this all now. Do not wait. Do not wait until you have an accident to suddenly order all this stuff on Amazon and then sit there at your house and wait for 3 days, or like go to CVS like a junkie looking for heroin, trying to find something that will like fix your wound. Buy all this shit now, because you're a cyclist. Doesn't matter how safe you ride, doesn't matter how cautious you are, you're gonna fall. And when you do fall, you're gonna wanna have all of this shit in stock, because it's really hard to come across if you just go out to a pharmacy and try and get it. Super specialized stuff. The last thing I wanna say is just big thanks to everyone who has supported me. You know, one, make sure that you call your mom first. My mom ended up calling me, which is the worst feeling in the world. She like read about this shit on Facebook. So before you post anything to Facebook, call your mom, tell her you got in a bike accident, and explain to her what happened. Really important. But yeah, like my jiu-jitsu community, like all of my personal friends, everybody I hung out with last weekend, everybody in the cycling community, they've all been such a huge support. So thank you so much to anybody who's reached out and tried to help me in the last week. All right, take care of yourselves out there.
Landed someplace I ain't never been. Yet again, space travel veteran.